Welcome to And Back Travel. This is a podcast for advice and inspiration for planning trips to theme park attractions all around the world. My name is Stu, and I'm salivating over all these intimate erections that are popping up.
I'm JaiB, and did someone say something about a hard hat?
And I'm Matt, and I only know a handful of the coasters that are coming up today, so it's going to be a bit of a guessing game. Here we go.
Let's see if people can tell. I think you're going to do well to cover it up as a great actor. Okay, guys, so we make this podcast for you. If you have any theme park trip planning questions, please do contact us. You can contact us through our socials. We are Out and Back Travel on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Out and Back Travel on Twitter. Get involved, guys. Get involved like Fantasyland gets involved with operating their roller coasters in a fucking blizzard. So. And if you do enjoy what we do, please help us out by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing, as that will help us to reach more people, and we do appreciate it. Thank you. So this week we are talking about new for 2023 roller coasters. Obviously, we're still in the first month of a brand new year, so it's exciting to think about all the exciting and wonderful new roller coasters that have been built all around the world. So first up is Jay's pick of 2023, and what have you got for us, Jay?
So I've gone with Uncharted over at PortAventura. It's not because I'm a massive Tom Holland fan. No, we were lucky enough to see some of the construction whilst we were over there, and it looks seriously impressive.
How does that building look in real life, Jay? How far up was it when you were there?
Well, it was fairly it was fairly far up. But the interesting thing is as well is they dug down, so the building height isn't as large as it could have been. They've really dug down into the ground as well, so that'll be interesting to see how they use the space. So we know that they've spent 25 mil on it, and we know there's 5 launches on it, and but it's the interesting part about it being inside. It's a dark ride. It's what they're going to bring to the table on that front, especially when Intamin, they've been working with the likes of Universal and blah blah blah. So you've got the likes of Hagrid's and Velocicoaster, and they're knocking around doing awesome things. It's like, are they bringing some of that kind of shared knowledge from those kind of enterprises into this kind of formation with Sony? Who knows?
They need to bring aircon for that queue line, whatever they do.
It's a really exciting roller coaster for PortAventura to have a dark ride. We're guessing it's going to be themed, as it'd be disappointing if it's just as it currently looks. It's just a metal shed with a roller coaster going around. I hope they're going to theme it. I'm sure they will. I've got every confidence PortAventura will do a good job of polishing it and making it look fantastic. So yes, exciting times. Obviously, there might be some possibility the actual cars can rotate around on themselves or have motion. We've seen Intamin release some concepts for a special effects coaster with a kind of rotating car, so it'd be interesting if that's what Uncharted is. They've definitely talked in their construction diaries that the ride will have unique movements and be able to twist, but we also know that might mean the turntables that have definitely already been built in the ride, so it'd be interesting to see if the cars have any special tricks up their sleeve, as well as all the track elements that are going on inside that wonderful magical box.
Yay. The nice thing is Sally Rides is obviously involved, and they just do awesome work anyway. But I'm not sure if you've been since he put Sesame Street in.
No, I haven't. Have you been?
Nah,
I've been, yeah.
Yeah. It's such a nice little dark ride for kids, but it's really well done, so it entertains everyone. And it's, you can tell they spent some good money on it because Sally have really done like a good job of it.
Does that have the air conditioning?
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. It's looking hopeful then, Matt. It's looking hopeful.
Come on.
What have you picked, Matt?
I picked the surf coaster at SeaWorld, and it's definitely not because Jay got in first and got Uncharted.
And definitely not because the viewers have picked Gotham City Escape.
Which left me with no choice but to choose the surf coaster.
You could have had 2 Tays.
Yeah, true. No, genuinely, I'm excited about the surf coaster. I think it's been a long time since we've seen a new concept from B&M. And I've only ever been on one stand-up coaster, and that is Shockwave at Drayton Manor. And whilst it's good, you still feel pretty restrained. You know, you don't feel free to move about as you feel like you would. On Shockwave, you still, even though you're stood up, you still feel like you can't move around right. It basically feels like a sit-down coaster, depending on where you put the seat. Whereas obviously with the new B&M design, the seats are going to move up and down as you travel. But yeah, because the seats are going to move up and down, I think it's going to be a lot more of a thrilling and kind of free feeling experience. And yeah, I've got high hopes for it. I think it'd be a good coaster.
It looks fantastic. I guess as well as the difference of the trains with their lovely moving seats, the actual layout is quite different to any other stand-ups we've had before. The elements are much kind of more drawn out. So I think you're going to get a kind of lovely flowing kind of smooth sensation, hopefully. I'm looking forward to this. Jay, you're going to get to ride this in September. Are you excited?
No.
Fair enough.
And that's why you didn't pick it.
Yeah.
No, I am.
Okay, boys. So my pick is Primordial at Lagoon in Utah. This is a bit of a mystery. It's also one like Fly, like Iron Gwazi. It's been under construction forever. It's actually taken 7 years to open this ride since they first started building it, believe it or not. So this is a project that the park have designed themselves. So they also did the Cannibal roller coaster, which is pretty wacky with its beyond vertical drop and all that. It probably would have been a lot easier to go slower, but there you go, they built it themselves. We know it's going to be an interactive ride. So it's likely it'll be something on the lines of Wonder Mountain's Guardian at Canada's Wonderland, which is kind of, if basically you put shooty lasers on 13, that's kind of how I describe it. So interesting. It'll be interesting what happens inside the mountain. We can see some roller coaster track coming out the mountain. So it's a bit more roller coastery than Wonder Mountain's Guardian already. There is possibly projection domes inside the mountain as well. So it's all a bit of a mystery, which is why I picked it. It's going to be obviously been waiting nearly a decade now to kind of see what's inside this bloody mountain. So it'll be exciting to, when it finally opens, to kind of see what it's all about.
I'd love for them to name it that. What's in this bloody mountain?
That's his marketing tagline.
I thought the marketing tagline was going to be, it's like 13, but with lasers. Count.
No, it's exciting because I love it that the park had designed something themselves and gone to have it commissioned. We obviously talked last week a lot about like Water Valley removing all the unique rides. So this is great to see a park just completely doing batshit crazy rides that they thought of. They've got kind of history of doing their own thing, which is, it's exciting to see. So we asked our viewers on our social channels, you can get involved with the show. We often ask questions on our Instagram story or Facebook page. So we asked you guys what you were looking forward to in 2023.
First up, we've got history_leisure on Instagram. They said Wildcat's Revenge at Hersheypark.
Ooh. It's exciting. Yeah, so obviously this was the original GCI coaster. It was rough. It wasn't ever pleasant. So it probably needed to die a long time ago. So it's good that it's finally been refurbished. I kind of feel like this was almost fan pressure. They were kind of pressured into RMCing it because the people were kind of giving them such kind of feedback that you need to convert this ride. So it's interesting they went with it. I think it'll be a good ride for Hersheypark.
And then second, we've got Graham on Facebook with Zambezi Zinger is my pick. I love the throwback to the jumbo jets.
Ooh, yeah, this looks good. This looks fun. So obviously Worlds of Fun in Missouri are, as a homage to their original spots called Speed Racer coaster, are building a new GCI coaster with a spiral lift. So it looks exciting. Have we seen anything about this, boys?
No, but with the spiral spiral lift though, that's quite a commitment because I can't imagine that in terms of cost to the project.
I
to
believe
kind of replicate that.
Yeah, the spiral lift hill is made out of their Titan track, so it's a steel kind of track. kind of essentially for the spiral lift, and it's tire drive to obviously the original not the electrics set that the original things like the black hole was and stuff. So yeah, no, this is exciting, and it will use GCI's first Infinity Flyer trains, which obviously they're fancy trains that are capable of doing inversions, though we haven't seen this. Obviously this ride will not have an inversion, but so it'd be kind of good to see how these trains kind of go in the wild. I think this is going to be a little bit of a hit. Okay, and Coaster Walker on Instagram said Gotham City Escape at Parque Warner, Madrid.
Yes, this is the one.
This is the one we all would have picked if Coaster Walker had picked it, because I think we're all pretty excited about this one, aren't we?
Yes, very much so.
Do you have any further thoughts on it?
No. Just book me a ticket, get me there now, and I'll wait in queue.
Yes, I'm with Jay. I think it looks insane. The train design is stunning. Even though the only photo we saw was without seats, but you can imagine them. It just looks like an awesome coaster, and it's already a good park. There's already a good selection there, so I think it'll really top it off.
I'm really enjoying the time now. There's so many projects going on in the next like 2-3 years that are just looking like the next level up. So when this picture got released, I was just saying about the car, it was like, oh, that looks amazing. And then obviously like Uncharted got announced. It was like, that looks amazing. We've got things going on in the UK that look impressive. And then there's just loads of things going on. It's great. I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see how the competition heats up.
Oh, Ryanair are going to be quids in, aren't they, this year?
Absolutely. So obviously earlier we discussed Hersheypark announced that they are converting the original GCI coaster Wildcat into Wildcat's Revenge, a new RMC hybrid coaster, which of course everyone here was very excited about. So, but not everybody on the internet shared our excitement and optimism. As always, we've dredged those comments to find the meanest, the silliest, the daftest ones. And we'd like to perform as a found poem, which we are calling... You boys.
Is it in the script?
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Right, yep. I'll be back.
It says what we are calling.
Smooth like chocolate.
Yeah, let's go with that. Fair enough.
No thanks. I preferred Wildcat with its original layout.
I think no roller coaster would be better than having the Wildcat.
That will be a big no for me. I'm terrified of heights. I do like their other rides.
Migraines and broken back included?
Hopefully they put some WD-40 on it.
The track looks like Twizzlers. Still think it should have been called Twisted Twizzler, but Wildcat Revenge is still cool.
I don't like to sit on top of coasters, lol.
Where else would you sit?
Hanging seats like Great Bear?
What's an underflip?
What is an underflip?
What the hell is an underflip?
What is an underflip?
What's an underflip?
What's an underflip?
What the hell is an underflip?
What's an underflip?
What's an underflip? Okay, guys, this week's Trip It or Skip It, we're looking at a little miniature road trip around the USA East Coast where you'll be able to ride Wildcat's Revenge and Dark Coaster, two of the new for 2023 roller coasters. So obviously a good chance those rides will open with their parks for the season. So this is flying with our good friends, British Airways, on the 7th of June to the 14th of June. So just a week, a little mini road trip, a little cute one for you. So flights are from London Heathrow. Fuck's sake.
Hey, you got British Airways though.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good stuff. But the flights are from London Heathrow and they're flying to New York Newark because if you are planning on flying to New York, JFK will always be cheaper. If you are doing a road trip and driving, do not go to JFK because 2 reasons. 1, the car hire is absolutely extortionate to try and hire a car in the center of New York. And 2, you will not get out of New York. Last time I hired a car from the JFK, it took me 9 hours to get out of New York. So please do not hire a car in New York. Yeah, even if you fly to JFK, get some transit to Newark and pick up the car there. It will also be much cheaper. I looked at this and the car hire was over £500 cheaper for the same car from Newark than it is going from JFK. So that is Stu's top tip of the day. This week, the cost, as it's a road trip, is based on 4 adults sharing the car, but 2 hotel rooms. So 2 people in each hotel room, and each hotel room in America has 2 beds and 4 people sharing the car. It's a large car. If you are thinking of renting a car for a road trip in America, do not pick a small car because you might get hassle from the car company who will try and upgrade you to a large car. They'll say you can't put that many adults in a small or economy or compact size car. You have to kind of go intermediate up. That's the kind of trick with this. This is through Thrifty and through the website Auto Europe, a really nice car comparison site to use because it shows you all the different suppliers in a lovely grid, so it's quite easy to see the prices. And Thrifty have a special offer. This is a gold package, so you pay a little bit more for the car. With a gold package, you get 3 additional drivers included, so that technically then all 4 of you would be insured to drive the car. And you also get a free tank of fuel as well, which is a good deal. So a little bit more, but obviously the peace of mind when you think you're going to be doing these drives, it's good to have somebody else to share the drive with if you are tired, especially trying to go to theme parks and then drive long distances. It can be tiring. So good to kind of share the stress of driving. I feel like I've been talking solid. Should I have a break? Does anyone else say anything?
I'm skipping it anyway because I've been influenced by the mean comments. So
that sounds fair enough. Spoilers. The hotels are all your kind of mid-level hotels. I wouldn't stay at the Bullet Inn. It's kind of, you're looking at a Quality Inn, Howard Johnson, a good friend from last week, and all the rooms are with a breakfast and cancellation. So you're set up for the day, and obviously you're covered in case the worst should happen. You had to cancel the trip. At the moment, if you are planning to looking to go on a little road trip in the summer seasons of America, although the park tickets are released for the year, they're probably at their full price. The parks will do offers. One of the parks I'm visiting is Hersheypark. Obviously, they usually do adults pay kid prices, but that promotion hasn't gone live yet. So wouldn't book your tickets yet. Wait a couple of months for the parks to kind of kick into gear. Around April, May is when you want to be looking at booking tickets because that's when the offers will start. So the itinerary for the trip would be, this is a Wednesday to Wednesday. So flying in, head into Six Flags Great Adventure to pick up your season pass. It's only 50 minutes from the airport. It's not far at all. So it's a nice, easy one. That's another advantage of flying to Newark. On the Thursday, day at Knoebels with an unlimited ride wristband. And then after Knoebels, it's just an hour and 15-minute drive to Hersheypark. If you buy any ticket to Hersheypark, you can take advantage of what they call the preview plan, which means you get to enter the park 2 hours before they close the day before. So that means even though our ticket would be for the next day, we can go that day before for the last 2 hours of the day. This is an amazing advantage to try and get a head start, especially a park like Hersheypark. You've got a good 10 or so roller coasters to try and get on if you're counting the creds. So it's good to kind of get that head start. And Hersheypark in the dark is magical because all the rides have twinkly lights and it's a lovely, fun atmosphere. Hersheypark is the next day then. And then the day after that, we've got the longest drive of the trip, which is 3 hours and 35 minutes. This is a nice, easy drive trip. Most of the drives are under 3 hours. So if you've never done a road trip in America before, it's a good one to kind of cut your teeth on because you don't have to drive too far. And you do have the benefit of all 4 people in the car will be able to drive the car as it was included in the package. King's Dominion would be the next park. Again, lovely Cedar Fair Park, really kind of some great rides there, obviously Intimidator 305, Twisted Timbers, the RMC, and obviously some really exciting things. Dominator, the B&M Flawless Coaster. I didn't forget what they had. And then I've done 2 days at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. The Busch Gardens Park, again, at the moment, the pricing, the tickets is pretty much, if you buy 1 day, you may as well go for 2 days. And as always with the Orlando parks, you can add on all-day dining for another 30 quid, but I've not put that on the ticket. This is just the base 2-day park ticket. You could even go to the water park if you fancy a little break. The next up then would be to pop into Six Flags America in Washington, DC. Not the most exciting or inspirational Six Flags park, but you're on the way to kind of Great Adventure. It breaks up the drive nicely. So it's it'd be 6 hours to get from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg to Great Adventure. Six Flags America is exactly in the middle of that. So it kind of splits up the journey. And it's nice to split the journey with an Intamin hypercoaster, the original generation Vekoma flying coaster, which is interesting, and a Premier Rides Limbo coaster, the old Joker's Jinx. This park also has Wild One, which was a wooden coaster that was originally built in 1920s before it was relocated to Six Flags America. So a true classic. It's like America's version of Big Dipper, really. And then the last day would be Six Flags Great Adventure. Again, kind of like just rounding off the park. Only 50 minutes from the airport. It's a very late night flight, so you pretty much get a full day at the park. And obviously you had the first afternoon at the park when you landed, depending on custom and airport faff, of course. A lot of information this week, guys. Apologies for listening to me drone on. So the flight is £433 return. That includes your luggage. Obviously, if you didn't want to take luggage and just take hand luggage only, as it is only a week, you can knock a good £110 off that price, and the flights come out at £320 without the luggage. The car hire split between 4 people is £113 each. The hotels for the whole of the trip add up to £242. That was 2 hotel rooms, so 2 people in a room, 4 people altogether. The park tickets are coming out, and these are the full prices, so you can expect to pay a bit less than this. £338, and that includes a Six Flags season pass. That comes out at £1,130 per person. What do we think, guys? Trip it or skip it?
Personally, I'd trip this, mainly because it's got a couple of parks on that I've wanted to tick off for a while, like Nobles, Hershey's, King's Dominion, a couple of Busch. Yeah, like it seems like a fairly decent price, to be honest, for sharing.
Yeah, the part I've not done America full stop yet, so any chance to get to America would be a good one for me. And as Jay said, the price seems pretty reasonable for sharing. As you say, you got the large car as well, so you're not going to be crammed. So it seems pretty good. I stand by trip it. It sounds very good. And also as you say, for somebody who'd never done a road trip before, the idea that actually it's only roughly 3.5 hours in between each stop is probably a bonus for your first go.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the drives as well, like the drive from the airport to Great Adventure, it's only 50 minutes, so it's under the hour. Just under 3 hours to Knoebels, an hour and 15 to Hershey, and then you're at Hershey for a couple of nights. So there's 2 points in this where you stay in the same hotel for 2 nights, which one of my road trips is quite rare. And I want to be off to the next cred. So I've tried to kind of do it a bit more kind of sensible. It's the hard thing because obviously you do have other parks in the area. So you do have Dorney Park, which you're probably going to be driving past. I think you have to I've tried to kind of cut it. If you make it longer and put an extra day in, that car hire cost is going to jump significantly, and you're also adding another park ticket and another hotel night as well. So I wanted to keep this around £1,000. Obviously 1,100 quid I think is really good value. It can very, very quickly get to over 1,500 quid, and obviously if you do have the budget to do that and the time off to do the 2 weeks, by all means go for it, because obviously you're right by amazing cities like New York, Philadelphia you're going to go past, and Washington DC as well. Obviously you've got all the historic Williamsburg stuff going on in that region as well, so there's some amazing things to see. So obviously it's just, you know, when you're planning your own trip, you know what you're interested in and where your priorities are. So this is me just trying to prioritize doing theme parks because it's what we do. But obviously, by all means, you could make it a bit flexible because the flights to go like a couple more days are the same price. So it'd just be the car hire cost. But again, if you wanted to explore New York, you could even drop the car off and then get the public transit into the city. So on that last day, for example, or the day before, you don't need the car. So that's maybe a way of trying to, so it doesn't go completely blued in terms of cost. It's a trip it for me as well. Obviously, I love the East Coast of America. The fact that Hersheypark has to do roller coasters is very exciting. I love the roller coasters already, so the fact they've got another one is always good. I love to get to Knobles whenever I can. It's a good excuse. One of my favourite places in the world. It's so charming. King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, lovely, lovely parks, and Great Adventures, pretty amazing as well. It's one of the better Six Flags parks. This is such a gentle road trip compared to what I'm used to, because I'm doing normally 5-6 hour drives on my American road trips. This would be a lovely little potter around. It'd be quite a relaxing one for me. So I'm all up for this, but it's hard because obviously if it was down to me, I'd be like, well, we're going past Dorney Park, or do we drive up to Six Flags New England, because I've not been there for over 20 years. So it's easy for me to spiral and add the more stops on. This is me trying to be restrained and keep it in a week and keep the cost down, which would be good for everyone, I think, at the moment. So and I sound like a Disney CEO. Awesome. Thank you very much, boys, for your help this week. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
No props.
Oh, God. Thank you very much for watching and listening. If you have enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, share, or subscribe wherever you're getting this, as that really helps us out. And remember, guys, until next time, stay safe on the way out and back.
See you in a little bit.
Bye.
I'm going to record the intro now.